Good morning dear students. Warm welcome to this session. You are watching EduStar Class 5 Science. Lesson 6 Safety and First Aid Part 2. Dear children, in our last video session, we have learnt about safety rules at home, on the road and escape from fire also. In this session, we are going to learn about first aid. Let's start our today's session. We should follow safety rules to avoid accidents, isn't it? Sometimes, in spite of being careful, accidents occur. In case of any accident, we should inform an adult or a doctor. The injured person must be given first aid before arrival of a doctor. What is first aid? First aid is the immediate help given to an injured person before the arrival of a doctor. What is first aid? First aid is the immediate help given to an injured person before the arrival of a doctor. It is the first help given to the wounded person. First aid given on time can save lives. While giving first aid, do not panic, stay calm. Find out the type of injury and its cause. Be quick in giving first aid. Next, wash your hands before giving first aid. Send for a doctor if required. Do not do more than you know. First aid prevents the condition of the victim from getting worse. Let us see about some first aid tips. First aid for poisoning, first aid for nosebleed, first aid for fracture, first aid for sprain, first aid for burn, first aid for animal bites. First we are going to see about first aid for poisoning. Certain things in our house could be poisonous such as nail polish, paints, detergents, naphthalene balls and some medicines. We should take the following precautions while using any substance that may be poisonous. Let's see one by one. All medicines should be kept away from the reach of children. Always read the label before consuming any medicines. Throw away all medicines that have expired. If a person has ingested any kind of poisonous substance, try to make them to vomit. Vegetables and fruits must be washed properly as harmful insecticides and pesticides may be sprayed on them. Take the victim to the doctor immediately. Have you understood first aid for poisoning, dears? Okay, dears. Next, we are going to see about first aid for nosebleed. Bleeding of the nose is common during the summer months as the severe heat sometimes causes the thin blood vessels inside the nose to burst. At times, when it is very hot, nose may bleed. In such a situation, keep the patient upright with his head held back. Pour cold water on the patient's head. Loosen their clothing around the neck. Press the bleeding side of the nose firmly. The patient must not put his finger in the nose. An ice pack can also be placed on the nose and forehead to reduce bleeding. If the bleeding from the nose is not much, it would cause no harm, but If the bleeding is heavy, a doctor needs to be consulted. Have you understood? Okay dears. Next we are going to see about first aid for fracture. Fracture is a crack or break in a bone. In case of a fracture, the injured person feels more pain, isn't it? Suppose you will also feel like that, right? The injured part will be very painful. The patient will not be able to move the injured part. The place of injury swells up rapidly. A fractured bone needs proper support to prevent further injury. As far as possible, do not move the patient. If the patient has to be moved, you have to be taken some measures. Dear children, we can see one by one. If the fracture is in hand, a cloth sling can be used to give support. Bones of the arm are broken. The fractured arm should be further supported by a sling. A magazine, newspaper or piece of cardboard can be tied around the fractured part to give support. This acts as a splint. Try a splint to support the broken bone. Students, can you understand what is sling and what is splint? Okay dears. If the leg bone is broken, it should be tied with a splint and the patient should be made to lie down. The patient can be moved by carrying them on a stretcher. The splint must be long enough and should be tied with a bandage or cloth at least at 3 places: above the fracture, below the fracture and at the level of the fracture. The aim is to not allow the broken bone to move out of its normal position. Can you understand dears? Okay. Next, first aid for sprain. A sprain is an injury or twist of the tissues around a joint such as the ankle or wrist. Sprains causes swelling in the joints and are very painful. It may result in discoloration of the skin. For sprain, use an ice pack to bring down the swelling. On the swelling, rub ice till the swelling subsides. Try a crepe bandage at the joint for support to limit movement. Let the person rest while lying down. Keep the sprained part at a height such that it is raised above the level of the heart. All of you look at the picture. We have to keep that leg like this. Dear children, next we are going to see about first aid for burn. Burns can be caused by open flames, hot pans, fire, steam, boiling water, crackers and electric points or chemicals such as acids. In case of minor burns, the injured person can be treated at home by putting the burnt area in cool water immediately. Apply an antiseptic lotion or cream to stop an infection. In case an antiseptic lotion is not available, prepare a paste of baking soda by adding a teaspoon of water to the powder. Soak a piece of clean cloth in this and apply over the burnt area. You can apply aloe vera gel also. For severe burns, call a doctor immediately. Blisters, if formed, should not be pricked as it would result in an open wound. Make the patient lie down. Do not try to peel or cut away any clothing from the affected area. Place a clean, moist piece of cloth or a bandage over the burnt area so that disease-causing germs present in the air do not enter the wound. Ensure that the burnt area is not rubbed. Send for a doctor immediately. Next, we are going to see about first aid for chemical burns. Remove any clothing present on the affected area. Wash the chemical from the burnt area by placing it under cool running water for at least 20 minutes. The burnt area should be covered with a loose sterilized gauze or a clean cloth. Send for the doctor immediately if the condition is severe. Students, next we are going to see about the important concept first aid for animal bites. Animals like dogs, cats, snake and monkeys may bite human beings. Animal bites can cause rabies. Students, for insect bite, what we have to do? In case of a bite from insects such as bees or wasps, wash the area thoroughly and apply antiseptic cream. You can also apply a paste of baking soda or vinegar to remove the sting and reduce the swelling. Those who are allergic should be rushed to the doctor. In case a person is bitten by a dog or any other animal such as a wolf, bat or a cat, we have to do the following first aids. Clear the wound with the soap and water to wash off the saliva of the animal. The saliva may carry a virus that causes a disease called rabies. Put an antiseptic cream on the bitten area. Rush the victim to the doctor. The doctor will put anti-rabies injection. Isn't it? In case of snake bite, it can be dangerous if ignored. Hence, all snake bites should be treated as a serious emergency and immediate attention should be given to the victim. The snake poison travels very fast through the blood and can cause pain and swelling. It can also affect the heart and nervous system, causing death. The following first aid should be given to the victim in case of a snake bite. Do not allow any movement. Moving will cause the poison to spread faster through the body. Ensure that the bitten area lies below the level of the heart. Tie a tight bandage called tourniquet just above the wound in order to prevent the poisonous blood from reaching the heart. Take the victim to the hospital. Do not use wire, rope or twine for tying the tourniquet. Do not cut the area or try to suck the poison out. Precautions need to be taken while walking through an area where snakes are abundant. It is advisable to wear high boots to protect the feet. Dear children, we have learnt about what is first aid, how to give first aid for poisoning, first aid for nosebleed, first aid for fracture, first aid for sprain, first aid for burn, first aid for animal bites also. Dear children, we have completed lesson 6, safety and first aid. We will write the book exercise in the next video session. Okay, all of you listen the video and read this lesson thoroughly in your book. Okay dears, it's time to write the classwork for lesson 5, food and health. You have written up to the vitamin D yesterday, isn't it? Now you have to write this which is given in the video. You can continue in the same page in your classwork notebook. First you have to write about minerals. Minerals heading, as usually you have to use black pen and write. Minerals help the body grow and keep our bones and teeth strong. Examples: calcium, iodine, iron and phosphorus. Next heading you have to write with black pen calcium and write about calcium. It builds bones and teeth and strengthens the gums. Example: milk, cheese, butter and almonds. Next you have to write about iodine. It helps the proper growth of the body. Example: the iodized salt and seafoods. Next you have to write about iron and phosphorus. Next you have to write about water. Write the water heading with black pen and write about the water neatly. Water is one of the most precious resources on earth and is necessary for all living beings, and continue that. Next you have to write about roughage. Roughage is the fiber present in the food. It is the undigested part of the food. It helps in getting rid of waste from our body. Example: green leafy vegetables, fibrous fruits and orange, papaya, etc. Next you have to write about balanced diet. A diet that contains all the nutrients, roughage and water in the right proportion is called a balanced diet. A balanced diet is essential to stay healthy and keep fit. Next you have to write about diseases. A disease is an abnormal condition in which our body does not function properly. Diseases can occur due to lack of any nutrient in our diet. They may also occur due to germs. Types of diseases. There are two types of diseases. They are communicable diseases, non-communicable diseases. Today classwork is over. We came to the end of this session. The remaining we will write in the next video session. Thank you, dears.